What is up, everybody? This is Micah, and I drink a boost for breakfast and an insure for dessert. We're hanging out in the Thieves Guild. Do you know your boy Bogart's back on the case? Bogard Masterton. I figured this would be a good time to do what we in the business would call a character review, where we've just been at it for a while and we just check in on our stats and things like that. So, our strength and endurance are coming along. Speed is fantastic. Other stuff is pretty not really relevant. Like, it'll be cool if agility hits 50, but it'll barely make a difference. We're 3 points away. But endurance reaching 90, strength reaching 90, and speed reaching 80. That's going to be fantastic. It's crazy how we're like a very similar level as Kirsia, very close to level as Kirsia, but just such a powerhouse compared to her. Apparently, if you don't gimp your characters, they turn out okay. Yeah. So let's look at our skills, where we have hand to hand coming along pretty well, climbing and running too. This guy's sick. Let's see, what's our best minor skill? Major skill, I mean. All right. Archery and critical strike are both what contribute to our level ups there. Oh yeah, and it's like neck and neck all around the minor skills, except for swimming. It is so hard to level up swimming. Because when are you in the water doing that? It's very few and far between, but that's part of the allure, I guess. Got a decent reputation in Fighters Guild and Thieves Guild. Could get a level up if we do each of those, but we're in Sentinel on business. We came here to talk to Prince Loton. He's asking for our help. But whenever we got to Sentinel, we pulled over in this kind of coastal town that I wanted to check out to see what kind of Thieves Guild quests we could get into. Step out into the dead of night so we can look at our map. Yeah, so we started off in the Coegria region. We sailed over to Wayrest, and we did. Actually, I think we did to Daggerfall first. Then we sailed to Wayrest. Now we've sailed down here to Sentinel, but I think we made a pit stop on this northern island. Yeah, Oh, this name is so hard. We're at Bubisi Data? Bubisi Data, sure. Where we pulled over to find a Thieves Guild quest, and we're basically needing to go rob a priest. Yeah, we're going to this place called the Infinite Soul of Arcade to find a holy tome. So let's find how close we are to the Infinite... dang. I forgot it already. I'm so bad about that. I think it's Infinite Soul of Arcade. So that's on the mainland down here. Very close to the eastern border. Dang, bro. All right. You ever wonder, like, how large of a distance this is, like, on the map in real time? We're going to have a ship for it, but I think there are a lot of places, like, in the game world that could have been, maybe not technologically restrictions and all that, but they could have been populated by river systems and deltas, and I'm like, would we have anything to do gameplay-wise whenever we were crossing a body of water of this size? I mean, maybe not. Like, it seems like it's kind of large and vast. But sometimes I get reminded that I really enjoy navigating like lakes and creeks and things like that using a kayak or a canoe. Should get some rest before we head out. There's antelope. I've been kind of into stouts lately too. Let's go ahead and get into character there. All right. Yeah, I've not rented a room here. You dingus, Micah. Let's go ahead and set that up. That's a kind of high-end tavern too. But we have kind of a lot of money to spend, right? Oh man, we did a character review without looking at our inventory. We have a measly leather setup, which gets us into trouble because I always wear too much. Oh yeah, the Dwinnen surcoat of... Oh man, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know that these sandals make you go faster, and I really respect that about them. I think the surcoat is an agility buff or something like that. And we have an unidentified diamond. We're too... I don't know if you call it low intelligence or uncaring to the magical arts, indifferent to them or whatever, but we're not going to be identifying or using that diamond, but it's still like a chunk of money that we're holding in our pockets. These sandals, like, I'm on the fence about them. They are so helpful to have. It just takes your speed up to 100. It's so helpful to have them on, but what event is like dire enough that you want to use such a limited resource? It's like the tightrope that we're walking here. We were actually really set on like potions. Some more potions of stamina would be good. We have all this jewelry. Yeah, we should be on the lookout for some merchants here and there, but how much gold do we have? 2,000? Does it tell us how much that takes up? Yeah, that weighs 5 kilograms. Yeah, I think liquidating our assets would just get things too heavy. So unequip our elven shortbow just to see our dukes. We have steel brigandine gloves still. I'm looking forward to whenever we get to upgrade that one of these days. It'll be a cool little achievement. Alright. So I was talking about kayaks and stuff because, like, a lot of role-playing games would benefit from that kind of gameplay just because it's so nice on the water. But I'm obviously biased just because I like that, and I don't get to do that sort of thing that often. But my grandparents' home was like on this this river system in like the deep East Texas woods, and we would often go over there and like hop in their little kayaks and like push our way through the thicket to get to the obscure fishing spot. And you know, it was pretty badass, and it always felt cool, like paddling along like that. You know, it's a very peaceful thing, but water is also just like so dangerous and almost alien, even though it's obviously native to us, right? Unless some, you know, icy moon crashed into the earth long ago and dumped a bunch of water into the ocean. I don't know. After it got melted, that probably didn't happen like that. But yeah, it still feels very alien, especially whenever you're concerning like the kitchen's closed. I didn't sleep for long enough. You know, it's all good. Let's just loiter for a second. Yeah, so the water even feels dangerous and alien whenever you're just like in your own backyard. But can you picture being like a very ancient human being who's like contemplating like crossing the sea, or worse, being forced into crossing the sea? I get that if you were in an island system like you know, Greece, you're not that far, I suppose, from the next place, but still, it's still kind of terrifying to put yourself out there where, you know, if the something happens, you're just not, your chances of survival are just terrible, you know, and who knows what's down there. It's, you know, it's such an eerie feeling if you've ever been like to a lake and you go too far out and you can feel the coldness of the water beneath you. Ugh, yeah. Like it's exciting but scary at the same time. I wonder if we would find the ocean if we fast traveled here. Oceans don't really work well in Daggerfall, I think. Oh, I still have my HUD off. I really liked the atmosphere of that Thieves Guild. Yeah, I don't think that oceans have worked well. I don't know if it's my game or just Daggerfall Unity in general. Or Daggerfall, I should say. But eventually... Oh, look at that! Oh, dude, the sun burns my bare skin. Look at how evil that... how evil that whole coastline looks, or skyline. All red and stuff. Okay. Anyway, we were literally taking damage from the sun right there. This is really good. I actually, now that I'm here on the coastline, I do remember having some very... I had like a photo session... photo shoot, that's the word I'm looking for, with the coastline and my campsite there one day, because it just looks so cool. And I do mean in Daggerfall. I have not done that in real life yet, although it's not out of the realm of possibility. I haven't done this sort of thing yet because I'm scared of throwing away my IRL Ironman run. But there's this place where I like to go climbing, rock climbing outdoors. It's like a riverbank. And it's just like a bunch of huge boulders cut into the shoreline there. But I always thought it would be kind of cool to go there with my crash pad and just like some rations for the night. And of course, if push came to shove and I actually did get prepared for it and went on that kind of camping trip like that, I would probably be terrified, at least without the comfort of a tent. But the idea is still cool. Like, you go there, you climb, you just hang out there until it's time to go to sleep on the crash pad and do it all again tomorrow. You know, fantasize about bringing a book or maybe some index cards to make stat blocks on, or various journals and things like that. Like, it places me in a pretty weird spot. Actually, I have that red... That's interesting. I have that little indicator disabled because of a mod. But maybe the fact that I'm in the ocean territory made it come up. Anyway, it's still showing up. It's a little bit weird. Let's go ahead and just fast travel. I'm gonna keep rambling to dude, I'm terrible at this. Let's see. Infinite Soul of RK. Yeah, I think it would just be nice to go have a little. We should go recklessly this time. Yeah. To camp out by the rocks in the Nolan River. It'd be so cool. I've actually seen evidence of people being there besides me, and probably not to climb. Like, you know, I've found beer cans and things like that out there, so it's probably not the best place to spend the night if you don't like interacting with like grifters and things like that. That like going beyond the depth of like being afraid of water, being afraid of strangers is also a very deep-rooted fear that I think that humans have. It's one thing in the comfort of your home whenever you can shut the door on the stranger who's like, you know, trying to tell you about something or I don't know. We have a couple people that sell door-to-door salesmen in our town. It's a little annoying. Yeah, in the wilderness though, you don't have the liberty. Oh, that looks like it could be it. Is this a decoration of the Holy Tome, or is it the Holy Tome that I'm trying to find? That's the right sprite. Maybe I should ask around. Oh wow, I think there was a Finding My Religion updates. This layout feels a little bit different to me. Am I walking? I am walking. I was just thinking I wish I could go slower, but like I'm already walking. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. That's nice. That's a nice pace right there. Okay, I would be terrified if I had to steal the magic tome from his room and we've reached the Daedra Summoner. There's also the sprite for the Holy Tome here. I'm honestly not sure which one the game wants from me. But man, look how cool this guy is. Let me just go ahead and disable the HUD again. Yeah, yeah, man. I love Daggerfall. It's so good. You can kind of see his face in there. Yeah. I've only looked at his eyes before, but you can kind of see his face in the darkness back there. Just casually has a Daedra heart on the shelf. What kind of gods are these, you know? Wow. This looks like a bunch of soul gems. That would make sense in the enchanter's room, but is that like using the Kleptomania mod? Do I just put those in my pocket? Okay, on the one hand, you're much richer because these things are worth a ton. On the other, you're no richer because you can't sell them to anyone, as far as I'm aware. So that kind of thing would only be relevant if you were a mage, and then you might get caught and lose your service. So there might be a way to do it without this guild, but I've never really gone that far as a caster. I know that like part of a definitive feature of Elder Scrolls games is the way magic works in them. But due to my like character biases, I haven't actually had a caster that has lived long enough that I've been like, okay, let me just start messing around with enchanting or spellcraft. Okay, spellcrafting's pretty easy actually. Enchanting though I think has a different barrier of entry, at least in the other titles. Yeah, man, I don't know which one they want me to steal, and I'm kind of nervous about stealing either. Hey, buddy. Hey, we're all friends here. Oh, dude, it's self-defense. I have to steal the Holy Tome because they sicked a zombie on me, right? Or is this the quest? No, that was not from a quest. Well, it's probably from this quest, I mean, but you know, main quest. All right. Okay, yeah, we haven't checked inside the tomb area yet. We may as well. Oh, what is this? What is this little green bottle, man? It's none of my business. It's probably an urn, but dude, I want it. Okay. I was detected and Arcade disapproves of this transgression. Oh man. No kidding. They're gonna try to... Okay. So we're at a crossroads here. I don't know who saw me, but damn. All right, we are under arrest. We are at a crossroads where we have to either try to escape, which we could do by teleporting, or where do we even teleport to? It's been quite a long time since I've played this game, so I don't remember where our anchor is. I think it might be on top of Wayrest Castle. It's kind of far away, and we would most likely fail the quest. And we would use 2 potions total, 1 to teleport and 1 to drink another. So that's kind of a hassle. We could try to bribe the guards and just like skirt out of here. Probably should default to that. And then if that doesn't work, I honestly I'm on board with just getting arrested. Although I think, oh dude, it's gonna suck if I get killed because of this. But I think I've played with other characters where getting knocked to the ground by guards does not kill you, but instead they capture you and you get a worse sentence. And that sounds pretty... Sorry if I bumped the mic there. That sounds pretty badass, so we're going to give it a shot. The guard is not interested in your attempts at a conversation. No, we do not surrender. We just, we start running. And you know what? We can actually give him the old hand and foot also. Oh, dude. I think I found it. Now we just have to fight our way out of here. Or give them the slip. We're going to be able to give them the slip? This is a different chamber. I was hoping it would loop back to the initial one. But, you know, as long as the guards are on our tail... Okay, Arcade does not like me. And, you know, it's kind of bad having the God of Death at your heels. Okay, guards are swarming the place. Should be the way out. Okay, this should be the way out. This should be the way out. Oh man, I'm still getting used to these layouts. I wonder if I could have taken any of them. Somehow taking it from this place that feels somewhat forbidden feels a bit better. Creeping into the tomb. Letting my greed get me, get some pursuers on me. Okay, what's our, I'm undependable in Sentinel after that little debacle, but you know what? We got the job done. So yeah, we're gonna hightail it to the coast and get a ship out to Ubicidada. And I think we got there ahead of time, so let's just take it... Ah, man, I want to take it easy and go cautiously. This is what my character wants to do, but I think he would also be a bit paranoid, so going recklessly would make more sense. Maybe... I don't know. I don't know if y'all have spent any time as a tweaker, but there's a point whenever your paranoia of the law or whatever can cause more bad luck than just being chill. We're gonna drive here, or rather sail here, cautiously. Arrive here at dawn. Beautiful. Beautiful video game. Alright, is this the right place? Yeah. I kind of want to park my horse and do some parkour over to the Thieves Guild hideout. Ronaldinho can wait here. Espera aquí, Ronaldinho. That's hard to do. Yeah, how do I get to this rooftop? This looks like a good... Okay, alright. Sometimes it'd be like that, you know? Sometimes you just can't put those rooftops together. Yeah, this is a HUD off type of excursion. It's a cool palace. Oh, and the windmills? You know, it's not bad, you guys. I feel like what we're seeing here between the beautiful cities, and the windmill in the distance, I think this palace is vanilla, but you know, just nice harmony of the modders and their community there. There's probably some like city aesthetic mods that I'm missing too. And it seems like every time I come back to my computer to record an episode, like 3 new mods have been released, and so I've gotten into this, not new necessarily, but updates to mods I have. So I've gotten into this rhythm of like, if it's a day where I record, I need to go check for mods also. We've had enough issues with mods and bugs and things like that, so I'm hoping that we have a pretty good system here. We stay up to date on the mods. We have a fully functional game ahead of us. Although Horrible Hordes, it being a kind of new mod, it has some hilarious quirks where like it'll cause skeletons to get spawned around liches, right? That's not really a quirk, that's the intent. But then the lich will cast a ranged spell into the mob of skeletons and team kill them, kind of, which is funny. I don't think that will be rectified, probably. Like, I feel like manipulating the AI there within this game could be a real challenge, and it's funny the way it happens, so... Anyway, let's turn this in. Boy, some guys are hard to figure out. Can you believe he paid to have this lifted? Wasn't as if there was some hideous guardian stopping from doing it himself, huh? Oh, there was. Maybe he wasn't so screwy. Here's your fee, Bogard. Good working with you. Yeah, I wonder what we ended up stealing in that green bottle. Is it going to be listed here? Urn. Yeah, we literally stole an urn. You know, whenever I was playing that Dolmenwood campaign, there were many times where my characters, like the party, was sifting through urns trying to find money, and often it worked. Is there a way to use this, or like, am I just gonna unleash the anger of the damned on me? Dude, RK is pissed. We're gonna have to throw this urn into the ocean or something like that, to Iliac Bay. Let's get some training done. Hey, congratulations, kid. You can call yourself a filcher in the Thieves Guild now. We'll be your official fence now if you want. We got ourselves a rat here who will pay for your hot merchandise. I'll buy your hot merchandise off you and sell you stuff at a real discount that the other blokes picked up. Makes life a little easier, I says. Okay, where's our boy? Our fence. This looks like a fence. The dude with the money bag, you have to be the fence. Okay, yeah, I think this is him. You can sell magical items. Yeah, it's just so much lighter if I hold on to it instead. Oh, dude, I didn't know the Thieves Guild has... Dude. And you can't interact with it. That makes sense. This needs to be a limit here. But the Thieves Guild has this little add-on that connects to what would be like the sewers of our town. That is so awesome. I always thought that like the one thing missing from Daggerfall, or is like a good sewer level. You know, Morrowind and Oblivion both have fantastic sewers. I think Skyrim does too, but I can only think of the one in Riften. Still, fantastic sewer levels. And I might have mentioned it before, but in Silent Hill 1, my character was just about destroyed by a sewer level because of a blunder I made. So I have a kind of affinity for sewer levels. There's just something about them. Alright. So next we go to Prince Loton, but we should not forget Ronaldinho. What's our water skin? Didn't we buy a second water skin? Okay, good. Terrified of death by thirst. I'm looking for my sugar lumps, actually. Oh, dude, tell me I have sugar lumps. Alright, we got us some sugar lumps. We should be able to get our boy over here. Oh, yeah. I guess we got a new horse, but we did not buy sugar lumps at the time of that transaction, so... Alright, the math checks out. Okay, I kind of wanted to go do some Fighters Guild questing, but I think it's time to pay Prince Loton a visit, get an idea for what dungeon he wants to send us to, and get to it, man. Want to get to those dark, dour, dank, damp dungeons, I tell ya. Sentinel's a beautiful town also. Once you've been here a few times, you kind of get the... Oh, dude. Look at that. Let me get off the horse, so, you know... You never know what you're going to want as the thumbnail by the end of the episode, so... dismount and get a look of the palace with the moonlight behind it. What time did we show up here? It's only 7. Maybe that's the sun, but... Either way. Great shot. Yeah, once you know the layout of Sentinel, you kind of know to stick to the southwest. If you have any errands to do, for the most part, that's where all the shops are. I guess depending on what factions you're in, you'll go to other parts of the town, but doing my potion quest business always takes me down there. They have a really interesting castle here, but I don't think we'll see much of it today. What's up with the colors, you know? This is the pink checkered floor and the blue ceiling. Like, it's very interesting. I don't dislike it, but it makes me wonder what's up. Alright, so here's Prince Loton. He's the younger son, I think, of the royal family. He says, Bogard Masterson, I have a special task in mind for you. However, to be blunt, you have yet to prove yourself to me. I don't know if I can trust you yet. I will watch your actions and how you conduct yourself with other members of my court and my family. That will tell me if you have the proper character. Aw, dude. Did butchering my Thieves Guild job mess up my reputation enough that they don't want me here? Damn, bro. So if that's the case, do we care? I feel like Loton's quest is optional, but I do it with every character because, you know, it's a free dungeon. And it has the added benefit of being a somewhat random dungeon, whereas the other main quest dungeons are, you know, predetermined and kind of easy to memorize for that reason. Anyway, do we stick around here and start talking to some royalty and things like that to try to get a quest? Or do we go to the Fighters Guild and start doing some quests there? I guess it's worth seeing what kind of work we can do around here. Don't think Mr. Snake Charmer would have anything for me. That's a pretty cool character portrait. Okay, am I getting things confused and I need to talk to the Queen? I don't think that we're ready for the... Yeah, that's Prince Loton, Morgaya of Wayrest. Maybe we will go offer our services and see what happens. The guard by the door intones in a bored voice, all those having business with Queen Akarithi pass to the door at the back of the hall on the right-hand side. So you can kind of tell in hindsight... Oh, there's not even a guard here. Oh, there they go. Yeah, you can tell that just like this room being a garden, which is kind of cool. I've always liked this room. Again, just play the HUD off for a minute, I guess. Yeah, it kind of has a feeling of one of those rooms I used to build in Minecraft, where it's like inside the house, but it's near the top. It's kind of like a greenhouse near the top of it, or maybe a side room. And the blue kind of looks like, okay, maybe this is supposed to be just like windows out to the daylight. That's pretty sick. I feel so bad for my discussions in the previous chamber. Pink checkered tile floor. That's still... jury's still out on that one. But this, whenever I rework my imagination, that looks much better. Anyway, you can see they threw that line in there at the guard's entrance to kind of direct you to not get lost, because like you're in a weird room. It's just... It's kind of out of place, you know what I mean? You'd think that you're living in like a nation of druids, but then that's like the only room with that kind of verdant embellishment. Yeah, surely if Prince Loton turned us down, the king or queen, I should say, will turn us down also, right? But we are a buffoon, right? We're not the most... I was gonna say streetwise, but it's etiquette. Maybe let's talk to some people down here. This is just a guard, so he won't have anything to do with me, really. But these guys... juggling with ease. Cash has nothing for me. Kaash, maybe? Looked. What do you want now, Bogard? About this guy. These guys look like pillarmen, am I right? Okay. It looks like a dark elf on his portrait. Man... Okay, the queen has somebody at her side. Maybe he'll have something for me. Oh, dude, Prince Greglith. Alright, Bogard, you have 1 minute of my time. Okay, cool. Any news, brother? I was kind of polite. Actually, let's be blunt about it. Let's just be stupid. Oh, hey, mate, what's the talk of the town? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Speaking of being stupid. Don't spread this around, but summoners of Akatosh and apothecaries of Mara are working together. Damn, dude. That probably makes sense. They're sharing ingredients to be used in rituals. Okay. Queen Akarithi. Look at that portrait. Wow. Very pretty. Very regal and elegant. She says, "What the hell do you want, Bogard?" Uh, Listen up. And kind of weird line. Blind Point paid a large peace fee to Bards spell singers. Hopefully that will stop their quarreling. Yeah, you can only hope. Well, shit, man. This chamber would probably look really great with the lighting from this hypothetical window on the ceiling situation we have here as well. Yeah, man, we showed up in Sentinel, made a special trip out here only to be shunned. Only to be shunned. Yeah, I think since nobody's going to give us a quest, it must be time to, you know, get some work done for the Fighters Guild. I'm not sure if that's honestly going to produce a positive reputation with like this faction or what have you. But it seems like a reasonable thing to do. I mean, we're already here. Social benefits aside, we are already here. Yeah, and I think I would normally have this impulse of like, okay, let's go back to Coegria or someplace familiar. And, you know, we will. One of these days. I'm just exploring the tunnels around here that do not lead to the dungeon. Dude, I'm in the dungeon. It's pitch black. I don't think I'm safe here, but like... But who could resist? I really wasn't... I thought the dungeon was below... Okay, it's a humanoid. Oh, dude, I'm fairly on edge about finding myself in the Sentinel dungeon, because, like, I know that if we were given the main quest, like, quest that takes us here, we would not be prepared for the stuff we have to fight. But who can resist the allure of just, like, poking around to see how long you could last? Man. Oh, hello. I'm around the corner with Fist ablazing. We have some rogues here. I really should try to talk to a couple of them. Some rats, too. I really should try to stomp. Someone's opening a door nearby. Oh, hello. Okay, weapon down, talk. Not impressed by my streetwise. Fair enough. Alright, sweet. What a happy little accident this is. I think we ought to start heading back to the surface, honestly. Ah, dude. Who could resist? Look how... Oh, hello. Yeah, this is a good time to turn tail. I'll go back to what I was thinking about once we clear the safety here, once we get to safety. Ah, dude. I think I zigged when I should have zagged. Warrior died. Okay, I want to say that we were just hugging the left wall, but that's not entirely true. You see, I want to do this without pulling out my map if I can. Oh, hello. The fact that we are seeing enemies here kind of makes me think I've gone a bit too far. Okay, there's a body up here. But that candle is not lit. Oh, we made it. Okay, let's go back to the darkness. Look at this. This is just beauty to me. Like the mystery and the teeming danger of the darkness. It's so badass. Like these long hallways where the lantern's light doesn't quite reach the end of it. That's like my favorite. That's so cool right there. In the game I'm playing, that I'm leading as the dungeon master, there are a lot of situations in the dungeon, the old island fortress, I think it's called in Morgan's Fort. A lot of places in the dungeon where the lantern's light doesn't quite get there, and I just love the kind of tension and fear and apprehension that can bring in a person. There are some pits in this dungeon too, and so the players already found out the dangers of not being cautious of these hallways. It's pretty cool. You're glad to have rope with you if you fall down a pit, turns out. Because, hey, what's up, guys? They didn't mind me going down there, I guess. If you're not familiar, in old school Dungeons and Dragons games, there are dungeon levels, and I guess if you've seen Dungeon Meshi, I talked about that previously, you probably know a little bit about dungeon levels. The deeper you go, the more dangerous the world becomes. For reasons relating to the dungeon ecosystem and for metagame purposes, just how the game is played. Here we are in this awesome room again. Yeah, so whenever you like fall down a pit trap in a dungeon, not only are you inconvenienced by being like potentially being separated from your group, but you've just landed in a spot that is like empirically more dangerous than where you were before. One-way teleporters can do that also, which is pretty cool. Not a single fighters guild in Sentinel, is that right? Hey man, can you tell me about Order of the Candle and Mage's Guild? That's kind of lame, man, but that's okay. You know what this does is it encourages exploration of the next town, which I think is Lenisa. Yeah, Lenisa. So we're gonna go out to the west. We might as well kind of make a day trip of it. Because we just reached this biome, man. We've got to do some overland exploration, like, now that we've reached here for the first time. Sometimes, you know, it's kind of difficult finding the balance of role-playing and living your actual life to the fullest. And so if you're doing nothing but fast travel in the game, and it leads to some dull gameplay, or you're not doing enough social interactions, or the kind of gameplay you want for your character, just because you're committed to role-playing the lack of fast travel, you know, you're sacrificing a lot of stuff you could be doing with your time outside of the game also. So I think there's kind of a fine line to walk there whenever you're role-playing, but you want to do it in a way that doesn't impede on like the roles you need to fulfill in your real life to, you know, get the most out of it. So that's like why it's difficult to make roleplay rules, like a hard and fast rule. I mostly, you could call them roleplay ideas. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, any rule of thumb, you follow it to the point where it makes sense. Once it stops making sense, you know, deviate. So I guess all that to say is, like, I'm not going to always fast travel or always not fast travel. And this seems like a not fast travel kind of moment. We're still going to do our overlands travel, of course. But yeah, it's cool. This is starting to feel a little bit like Red Dead Redemption. Man, something I have going on is causing the frame rate to take a hit. That's a bit unfortunate, but... the frame rate was so bad that I don't think that we will actually be doing our usual travelogue sort of thing. Normally it would be cool since we reached like the biome for the first time, just to do that. But you know what? We will just kind of ride alongside this dope-ass mountain for a second. And just enjoy the scenery before hopping over to Lenisa. Oh, you really hate to see it, though. Do I dare try fast traveling again, but at like a lower speed? Because I really want to enjoy this, like, this badass countryside that we have here. Oh, a group of trolls have interrupted our travel. These are like Oblivion trolls, it looks like. I wonder if they're worth slowing down to fight. You know, I don't even have that many arrows. I think we should save our arrows for dungeons when possible. So we're gonna scoot on out of here. You're gonna see me break that rule a lot too. Like, only dungeon arrows, like... in general, you should be conservative though. I think these arrows have weight to them, right? Yeah, it's only 3 kilograms, so like 1 kilogram per stack of 10. But I like that it gives you incentive to not hoard the resource, because you want to, like, have a smaller amount of weight being taken up by this. Because if you have a stack of 90 arrows, like, yeah, you might use all of them, but you're more likely to use like 40 of them in a dungeon excursion, and then keep recycling them. So it's cool to find that line of, like, how few arrows can I get away with without getting myself into trouble. And I'm pretty sure in a couple of previous episodes we've gotten into trouble like that. But, you know, man, it's just... That's just the joy of tracking encumbrance. Oh, dude, we found Lenisa already. Alright, we're gonna check out perhaps a Fighters Guild in Lenisa. Hopefully. If not, we will just start asking around. I don't think I can talk to these chaps on the horses. Maybe this staff lady will tell us what's up. Hey, yeah, what kind of guilds you got around here? Fighters Guild, hell yeah. To the west. Well, yeah, the whole town is to the west, so that doesn't surprise me, but we can look at our map and determine where that is. Alright, nice little square building down there. There's a Thieves Guild too. Yeah, who knows? This could be a nice base of operations for us while we are nestled here in the Sentinel region trying to bounce back from our reputation loss. On the one hand, like, I don't want to look up what I should do here as far as gaining positive reputation. I'll probably just hang out for a while and see what happens. But on the other, I want to progress the main storyline with this character, because if I die not fulfilling the storyline, I'm like, what was I even doing? So the idea is finishing that. It'd be great. This interesting design in here. Oh man, we didn't get rid of the urn yet. That's unfortunate. This Fighters Guild is pretty cool. They have like an Ankh up here. I wonder if this is Beautiful Cities or Finding My Religion. Did Finding My Religion start touching other guild halls too? I don't think so. Kleptomania perhaps added some items. But as far as like the tapestries and stuff on the wall, it's not Kleptomania. I don't know. I don't know, but I am enjoying it. What about some training? Want to hit me with some training, lady? Alright, what would be a good idea for us? If I go to my character sheet right now to look, then I'm like actively trying to level up. If I go off of vibe here, what would I choose? Archery is probably most practical. It's also something I level up. You know, let's just, yeah. 1,421. Yeah, let's do it. So, the trainer and I practice for 3 hours. The trainer tells you to reflect on what you've learned. Alright, yeah, we are very low on stamina now, but that's okay. I believe we can rest here. Yeah, let's rest before we get a quest, just in case they send us into the line of duty immediately. We'll have the best chance. You know what? It's just in the middle of the day. I have a hard time putting myself to sleep in the middle of the day. Alright, let's just get the quest. Howdy, Bogard. If you got a few days free, a job came around for some giant killing. I thought of you. Okay. This is pretty intimidating. Giants, maybe stock up on arrows, maybe put my money where my mouth is with only taking a limited amount. I'm pretty sure this is a dungeon quest, but Bogard wouldn't know that. He would probably just think like, what do you think? We'll see who's big. I'll show you who's big. You know, quoting Hulk Hogan's character from China, Illinois. Let's just do it, you know. Worst case scenario, we take a reputation hit. Alright. Seems there's this giant moved into the monastery of Homan Yothaya a while back and has been having a fine old time feasting on Githty's sheep in the area. Ate a few of the local villagers too, I guess, but old Githty doesn't seem concerned about that. At any rate, she wants this giant taken care of within 70 days, and she's paying 279 gold for it. Man, I'm gonna spend way more on that on potions and arrows alone. But you know what? We're here for the reputation. We're here to get bruises on our ribs and calluses on our knuckles. So we're gonna check it out. You know, the monetary reward will be nice, but this is the first time in a while where I've had a romantic Daggerfall session, as in, you know, candle lit. Oh, look at that. Dude, that is just awesome. This is fantastic. How can a guy choose which thumbnail to use? And, you know, this is what we're working with. We have them all over the place. Yeah, that looks fantastic. I love what the... I think that's World of Daggerfall, but what the modding community as a whole has done with this game. Okay, so we're being sent to a dungeon. It's called the Hermitage. Yeah, the Monastery of Hamun. Let's go see where that is. The Monastery of... Okay. It's down south quite some time. And I think we're just going to travel there, if that's alright with you guys. I don't really think that my computer was handling the FPS from the wilderness very well. And we're just going to hope that we have enough supplies with us. We've done... You see, I know that we've done quite a bit of preparation in previous episodes. But I rarely want to sit down on my computer and, like, rewatch footage or, like, you know, spend a lot of time thinking about what I need. I just want to dive right into it, you know, kind of recklessly. We only have 2 sets of rations, but I remember checking that we have, like, 8 potions of heal true is pretty good. 3 potions of healing. You know, I think we did shopping on a previous episode, so I think we're good to go. Some more arrows could have been helpful, for sure. But at the same time, like, arrows are... They're necessary for our survival, but Bogard, he feels like such a coward using them sometimes. And I remember whenever I used to play, like, this this Oblivion game mode, where I came up with, like, a sort of character for each of the default classes. And, sorry, I think I bumped the mic again. But anyway, I had a pre-made character sort of for each of the classes, and I'd roll a die to determine which class I was, and ergo, like, which... What sound is this, by the way? It's most certainly not what we're hunting. Oh my goodness, it's a Daedroth. Yeah, dude, I'm 100% just gonna fail this quest. Are you kidding me? Like, sticking around cannot be the right thing here. We have a potion of invisibility. Yeah. Lantern flickers and dies. Yeah, dude. This guy moved back and placed himself between me and the end. Oh my god. Ah! Shit, dude. Ah, dude. What kind of fucked up Fighters Guild quest is this? Man. Getting the hell out of here. No, thank you. Wow. I don't know what happened there. The enemy positioned himself between me and the entrance. Like, I could kind of tell that I'd been there before because that candle was lit up. Man. That was actually... that was very frightening. Oh my goodness, yeah. We're gonna lose some reputation on that. I don't give a shit. We still have our skin attached to us. Look at this, though. Fire off in the distance. Let's turn off our fire and sneak up on them. A squad of orcs have interrupted our travel. Let's see what kind of squad of orcs we have. Is it something dangerous? We have 2 regular orcs. I think the play here is to get off our horse and, like, kick their asses. It's kind of demoralizing whenever you have to flee, even if it's from something... Oh, no. This looks like a sergeant or a warlord. I think I have to be a bit of a coward and bust out the bow and arrow after all. Because we're ultimately going to be looking for a safe place to sleep tonight. I was tempted to just make camp right outside of the dungeon there because of the aesthetics, but, you know, you don't want to sleep near where the Daedra are, even if you know that in the game they can't pop out of the dungeon, right? Like, it would just send a chill up your spine. You wouldn't get any sleep that night, so we're going to try to put some distance between us and the dungeon. Doing a classic adventurer in the wilderness move and saw a fire and we thought, let's go toward it. Not that you always want to go near other living creatures, but it's not like we're in a lot of danger here, and where there is life, there is plunder. Dude, none of my arrows are hitting their mark. I'm gonna go ask for a refund from the Fighters Guild trainer. This is bullshit. What did I even pay for? An incremental boost in RNG or some shit? That is a warlord. This is what killed Kirstia. I thought maybe it was Lieutenant, but no. I don't think... Yeah. I don't think it's appropriate for me to, like, stop and pick the arrows out of these corpses right now. It just doesn't seem like it would be viable. Like, oh, no. I'm not in grab mode. I was trying to mount my horse and get out of here. Yeah, I don't think it'd be viable from, like, a narrative perspective, so we're just going to take the loss on the arrows that we've spent right out to this... Yeah, let's douse our lantern again. So just as, like, seeing fire in the distance and approaching it is a kind of classic archetypal human in the wilderness experience, whatever folks may be keeping watch here probably just saw my light go on and off in the distance a couple times, and they're like, what the hell's going on out here? I wonder if I could kite the warlords toward this camp. That seems extremely cowardly, but it also seems like something a scoundrel would do. I think, nah, man, we left him way in the dust. Like, it's just not practical. But, you know, our light's on. We're just gonna go in there and start throwing hands. Actually, we should go into dialogue mode and see if anybody wants to be our friend. These are no doubt like rogues and bandits. Oh, we pacified one. One on our rock up here. Thief is not impressed. Oh, our buddy's fighting someone. Let's go around and help him gang up on them. Yeah. Okay, we got one. I'm in repel mode. Yeah, this is at an awkward position. I wonder if we can climb up this ramp. Get to them. Yeah, this is great. Where are you? Don't tell me she already fell down. Okay, she's right here. I love kicking people off of rooftops and chasing them onto the ground to continue the fight. Again, I mean that only applying to video games. Let the record show. I mean that only applying to video games. I'm sorry if I repeat stories up here. Like, I don't... I feel like I might repeat some stories. Let me just put it like that. But one time I was playing with weights and reeds in this like cell block that was partially submerged in water. And there was like an enemy on top of a tower, like a skeleton or something like that. And I like punched him into the water and then chased him down in there and like swam after him. It just felt so classic since Wades and Reeds is an Argonian to like take the fight into the water and continue it there. It's a really like special serotonin and dopamine moment with my brain. All right, bro. Hey, follow me. He sneers at us. All right. Well, I hope you don't mind if I use your campfire. There's an orc warlord in the distance, and we'll have better chances of surviving if we just kind of chill here, okay? Let's rest about 8 more hours. Lots of nice level ups. We hear the sound of someone speaking nearby. Hey, buddy, do you hear anybody else in the area? Are we alone out here? Could the guards have chased me out here? No, the guards would have seized me in the castle if they were, like, upset about my Temple of Arcade debacle. A deer has run away. Okay. It's gonna get back to the horse. Get back to it. Right, well, it begs the question of what now? We got turned away by Loton and Sentinel. We accepted a Fighters Guild quest that we just are not going to attempt, really. Maybe we go and grind out some more Thieves Guild quests and hope that we get gifted a map at some point. We could also talk to the locals at taverns and such to get some... Like, I really want another map. If you can't tell, I kind of like dungeons. I want to be sent to a place and figure out what's in. Yeah, those Daedroths were certainly terrifying and all of that, but the thrill of not knowing what's around you and what you're going to find is just so awesome. Okay, what is this? This is the monastery that we just fled from. Let's go to this little podunk town over here, you know? Oh, that was our camp. Like, oh, we're passing by a landmark. No, we spent all night there. Right, man, we got a group of ogres. Oh, man, you know, like 10 minutes ago, I was talking about Oblivion, and then I got totally sidetracked by my fear. So I had a class in Oblivion that corresponded, or a character in Oblivion that corresponded with each class, and I would roll a die to determine who my character would be. I would play that character until they died. I say all this because, oh, look at this. Is this a different dungeon, or is this the monastery? That has to be the monastery, right? Surely we're not lucky enough to just find another dungeon. Look at me getting distracted from my train of thought again, but that's exciting. Oh, this is an outpost. This is like another place for criminals and thugs and people we might be able to pacify and recruit. Okay, before going any further, let me just acknowledge that with my Oblivion character randomization Ironman mode, I had a character who was like a fist fighter. His goal was to fist fight different creatures. Like he would like have a goal of fighting ogres and minotaurs and things like that until he had fought all the tough stuff. So we're going to channel some of this guy's energy here as we try to fight big things. But we must temper our mortality, or like this urge, by reminding ourselves of our mortality when we encounter groups of ogres and like don't really know their power level, you know? We pacified one thief. This one is not impressed, so we're going to bring her toward our other one. It's good to keep... Like, I could probably handle this person in a couple of punches, but any enemy type that might use poison is pretty dangerous. And most of the rogue types... Actually, many humanoids have poison at the ready for some reason. Even some that you would not expect. I think a knight has hit me with poison before. Or a guard. It is a guard. Yeah, I think guards. Crazy. Okay, we did not pacify this guy either. I'm going to bring him toward our other thief, and then I'm going to climb this here wall. I'm going to scale the heights, and I'm going to drop down and try to talk some sense into these guys. Nope. Not having it. He's not having it. Okay, we're behind a couple of them now. Gave him the old flank. Oh, can we get a backstab in with our fist? Alright, just one more. Actually, there are going to be some on this. Yeah, they're on the roof. Oh, dude. They have some nice jewelry on them. At least this one does. How about this one? 2 arrows, aquamarine, a tiara. This is great. Have any of you read Ill Met at Lankmar by Fritz Leiber? Or is it Fritz Lieber? I don't know. It's the most iconic Crawford and the Grey Mouser story. It's usually people's introduction to the heroes, I think. And it's a story of how these two met each other. And it involves some counter thievery, which I just love. The idea of, like, instead of being the thief who's in the action, you're hanging out near where the thief is going to hit so that you can, you know, rob them of whatever they had to try really hard for. And so this is a version of that, except we are going to the thieves' hideout and taking it from there, instead of doing that on the streets of Sentinel or Lankmar or what have you. There are going to be a lot of them. Yeah, we got to be careful. Actually, we got to try to pacify. Try to pacify. Oh, I think I got one of them. Yeah, they're fighting. Okay, let's try to finish this one off. Yeah, okay. Just a dangerous one left. Oh, yeah. Alright. Looking out over the dead wasteland, the desolate wasteland. So cool. Okay. Now we must carefully decide, like, how much of their loot is worth bringing with us. They have an iron short bow. I really could use an upgrade on my my bow and my brigandine gloves. But I don't, like, a bow is a possibility, but generally they have pretty poor loot. But, you know, that person was loaded up with tiaras and stuff, so I don't know. Yo! Guys, we found a map. Okay, let me pull up my little LibreOffice. Okay, we are in Sentinel, and we found the haunt. Oh, that's terrifying. Of Vladulon. Dude, hell yes. Dude, this is just what the doctor ordered. Who needs a guild whenever you just find maps? Alright, dude. This is fantastic. Let's hop up on the wall, try to safely rappel down. Safely. Dude, this is pretty slow. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that it put me in climbing mode instead of rappel mode there. Wonder what that's about. Yeah, okay, so those aren't actual loot crates, but they do have loot piles next to them. Yo, Elven Brigandine gloves. Alright, we're going from +7 to armor to +8 to armor. That that doesn't sound great, but I'll take any improvement. But also, bro, we are going to be wearing green. Are you kidding me? Hell yes, that's fantastic. What else can we do to shake up our wardrobe? Maybe we'll throw on this gray cloak. Because I think the sun will burn our skin if we don't have some sort of cloak on. Now, I know I saw a gray cloak in here. Oh, man. I hate to keep you all in suspense. Will he find the gray cloak? Will he not? I'm just going to give up. I'm going to go look one more. Wait, hold up. I think I found it. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I like it. You can tell, I really like whenever wardrobe changes punctuate a shift in setting or chapter or something like that. You know what I mean? We've reached the Sentinel chapter. And so we have a new set of gloves. I unsheathed my fist to show you, but I forgot that's not how it works. A new set of gloves and change up the cloak to kind of punctuate that change. But yeah, we're not going to resume our journey, actually, not yet. We're going to look for the haunt of Vladulon, which we are very close to, in fact. Okay, I wouldn't say very close, you know, don't go putting words in my mouth. But we're pretty close. It has a couple of towns nearby. It has Bubandanis. It has Romastakorum. You know, we could return to these locations to rest if the dungeon is like suitable for our level, but also enticing. You know, yeah. Let's go ahead and instead of doing the overland travel, we're just gonna fast travel over here to Bubandanis. And then we will, yeah, this is awesome. We will approach the dungeon overland from here. This is okay, I think we were kind of low on rations, but we're not planning on staying there a super long time, are we? Kind of on a scouting mission. Let's go ahead with throw these ashes away. I brought a hook and rope, but I think that's added by the Pen with Papers mod. I'm not sure if I find many practical uses for those often, but they're so cool whenever you do find them. I don't really think I need anything, although it'd be good to get a meal in our stomach before we head out. Maybe a couple of stouts, that sort of thing. Alright, man. Yeah. Oatmeal with berries. Set it up. I've actually been fond of oatmeal with apples lately. Like, I'll chop up a Granny Smith apple and throw it in there with some cinnamon and brown sugar. I'm actually really looking forward to having that for breakfast tomorrow. The older I get, the more I feel like life is a series of waiting between meals and, like, finding stuff to do between meals. And, replace meals with whatever serotonin and dopamine like producing thing you look for, but meals in particular, they are such a uniting force in our lives. They drive humans into fellowship, and we have huge social customs built up around eating together, and it's just like food is such a simple and pure joy that it's like every time I get done eating, I just can't wait for my next meal when I'll get to eat again. It's so cool. I feel like Goku or something like that. Little kid Goku just pigging out all the time. But you know, man, work hard, you play hard, and you eat hard, I guess. Let's do it. This episode is not what I was expecting it to be. I guess I made a point in my emergent narrative video way back when that like a negative reputation is a good thing in games because it causes unexpected things to happen. Sometimes it happens to you too, you know. I go on saying that about other people's playthroughs, but here it is happening to my very own playthrough. I wonder what I'm drinking from my water skin an awful lot. It says it's best to dress as lightly as possible, but won't I get a message that the sun is burning my skin? It's still saying it's best to dress as lightly as possible. Do I have to take off my new gloves? Or just go around in a loincloth? Is this what you want from me, you game developers? Let's go see. Okay, but the sun burns my bare skin. Maybe I need a shirt. Maybe a shirt will be what... Yeah, I can put the pants back on too, probably. Maybe at the bottom here? Unless they were broken. Oh man, here it goes. How are we doing here? It is best to dress as lightly as possible. Well, you know, man, I don't know what I can do here, so we're just gonna keep traveling. We're almost there. We're 90 minutes away. That is exciting. Oh, dude, it's like a little oasis out here. Again, I'm posed with the question of how do you find the right thumbnail for your video? Just cause this game blows me away. What's that in the distance? It almost looks like a dome. Is there some mad scientist dome out there? Oh, I bet that's a moon and we're seeing it beyond the horizon or something. That is badass. I've been thinking a bit lately about the difference between quality of graphics and art style. Not the difference between them, but the relationship between them. And Daggerfall is what drives this home for me. There are a lot of visual mods you can use to, like, I was about to say improve, but to change the way it looks. That is in an effort to improve the aesthetics. But, oh yeah, look at, you can watch the moon rise from here. But I just think it is already so overflowing and saturated with beauty and scenery. Like the vanilla game, as well as the souped up by Daggerfall Unity game. Anyway, not to make light of the situation, we've arrived at a dungeon, folks. We are doing it live. I think my HUD is off. We shouldn't have our HUD off whenever we step into a dungeon. Okay, I hear rats. That's a good sign for us. Oh, okay, this guy scared me. He has a red cloak on. Necromancer Acolyte. It's called a haunt, after all. Perhaps I was hearing a bat and not a rat. Guys. I heard a vampire, which is, again, to be expected. We were thinking that we would run into, undead here. It's called the haunt of something. It is a bat. But I get nervous about losing the character, and I'm like, oh, I should just run away before this dangerous enemy kills me, but I don't want to be a coward. I don't want to live as a coward. I hear two of them. There's one. Okay. Okay. They're not so scary after all, Micah. Come on, you've played this game before. Apply some bandages. So there's this interesting metagame of fighting vampires and ancient vampires. They're dangerous creatures, of course, but their greatest danger is the sleep spell. I have a mod, Cab's Unleveled Spells mod, that changes the calculations for the sleep spell, so I don't currently know how dangerous it is, but I know that in the base game, in the vanilla game, it's extremely dangerous. Will almost kill you without fail unless you recall to a location where, like a town, basically. Because if you run to 0 fatigue, either in the wilderness or in a dungeon, you will get a message saying that you've been eaten by monsters. Okay, here it is. But I think their AI only sends that sleep spell at you as a ranged attack, and it doesn't try a ranged attack from a short distance. They seem to only want to throw projectiles at you whenever you are far away. That was a close call. Potion of healing. Should have done a heal true. So, if they only throw the most dangerous spell at you whenever you're very far from them, you want to be up close to them, but what if they're far away? Well, you lurk near a corner, and their AI will just kind of charge toward you. And then once you're at that corner, you pop out and engage in melee combat. Yeah, we might still be fleeing here. We're just taking... Oh my goodness, dude. We're taking a beating here. Yeah, we gotta get out. Follow the corpses, follow the corpses. Follow the corpses. Very close. We're very close. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. These unleveled dungeons are no joke, team. They are dangerous. They are chock full of monsters that are just depleting my resources with every hit. Yeah. We will, I think we're going to try to get back to a town and end the episode like we started it, in a Thieves Guild hall with a quest on the docket, because there's no way I'm going to stick around in a place that is just so damn lethal. Medical, stealth, hand-to-hand critical strike. Okay. We fast traveled somewhere, but it seems like we're having trouble loading it. Oh man, and earlier I was just talking about how we're all out of like mod issues and things. Better scoot on over to where we know a Thieves Guild Hall is, which would be the island of Bubisidada. Yep. Oh man, we drank so many. We drank 3 potions of healing and like 3 or 4 potions of heal true. Just like, man, all that money gone. Okay. Let's go downstairs. Let's get some training. Do we have enough cash on us for training? We'll probably, I think we should. Yeah, let's get some training in. I think lock picking is like the thing that we'd most benefit from. Great. Yeah, can you give me another? Here's something right up your thing. Jewelry heist in the works. Want to get in on it? Standard guild pay of 601 guild pieces. Yeah, let's do it. By the Guardian's blood, bloody brilliant. Go to the Wickton resident in Javirakat. Find the wand and bring it back here. Keep an eye open. There's supposed to be some sort of guardian in the dump. Alright, well, we are all too familiar with that game, buddy. We're gonna go ahead and save. And it's almost like we never left it all with all the progress we made today. Yeah, this is just another arc in Bogard's life where we're not going to be on the rails quite so much doing the main quest, but need to stick around and do a bit of finding ourselves and growing ourselves some. We got our ass tossed by every dungeon we went to, and sometimes, like, that's what we're here for, right? This is why I have these mods installed, and it'll feel better one day whenever we have reached the point where we can take hits from vampires and, crack their teeth before they do substantial damage to us. Anyway, one thing I want to point out is, like, last week before uploading that Skyrim video, I posted a little bit about a sort of question and answer episode that a friend of mine suggested, and I thought that might be cute. So I have like a Google Forms where you can go and do that, where you can, I don't know, ask me a question about my my role-playing games, Daggerfall, my life. I don't really care. And I have it on a Google form so that I won't be tempted to read the responses. If they're just like YouTube comments, I know that I'll read the questions and I'll be thinking about them. I think it'd be a lot more fun if I just read the question for the first time and made up some bullshit on the spot, you know? So that's the plan. I'll go ahead and include a link to it here since I haven't recorded that little Q&A episode yet. I think that's the most interactivity we can get in like a kind of public space until I get to a point where I can stream and actually talk to you guys in real time. But yeah, as always, thanks for tagging along for Bogard's adventure. Can't believe we survived another episode, and I'll see you in the next one.